Blog Talk Radio.
Hello from the other side.
Now presenting
From the other side.
Channeling Erik's Hour of Enlightenment.
Hello guys, this is Alisa, and I'm here with Channel Veronica Drake, who is my son's voice for the radio show, and energy healer Ryan Adragna, and of course, as always, the wonderful spirit guide, my lovely son, who gave me the strong smell of cigarette smoke Saturday morning and made me so happy. Hi everybody, how are you doing?
Hi.
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. It was like a nail biter there because the show wasn't on. I'm sure you guys noticed. Something happened. I don't know what. I got all sorts of texts and Facebook private messages from so many people, and I'm like panicking. I'm like, God, texting the producer, Facebook messaging him, etc. So anyway, he finally got
Ryan,
it. I do not know what happened.
Ryan, disregard.
But guess what?
Ryan, you can disregard my message.
It's about anxiety. That's perfect.
Maybe the producer needs to go in the naughty chair for a little bit. Who knows?
I don't know. Or maybe it's Erik messing with us because it's all about anxiety. So yeah, let's start out with that. Thank you, Live Paranormal, for finally making it happen. But yeah, let's see if you, Ryan, have anything to say. And Erik, of course, you can chime in too about anxiety from the perspective of an energy healer, or whatever you would like to do before we take callers.
Yeah, and I'm not going to trump your wonderful, beautiful son here, but I did take some notes on anxiety, and I don't think that anybody is immune to anxiety, because it's usually an emotional issue of feelings of a loss of control or something. And being a healer, it's what I call a negative energy, and it doesn't serve you. It makes you feel worse, you know.
Yeah.
And I should note that everyone has free will, be it if you're a spirit in the flesh or a spirit. Anxiety is born from the fact that we want to control everything, but we can't. We can't control everything. Everything is energy, from thought forms to physical reality, and us humans are experts in manifesting thoughts into reality. For example, if I just may speak for another 20 seconds here, when we open up our fridge and we see that it's empty, we think, well, I have to go grocery shopping, then I have to make a list and head out the door. We just don't generally sit around the house all day and think about grocery shopping. We just do it. So the thought form of the fridge is empty to bringing home grocery shopping is an example of thoughts becoming a physical reality. But in terms of anxiety, when you have that all-consuming thought that you can't control something, like a loss of some sort, loss of a job, loss of a spouse, loss whatever, you become to feel anxious at that emotional level. And so as I said earlier in the grocery shopping example, all thoughts are energy, and they manifest into reality, and anxiety is no different. So if you're full of anxiety, and I want the callers to know this, if you're full of anxiety 24/7 around that clock, all that negative energy will build up and manifest into your body over time. And the next thing you know, you've got issues like migraines, digestive problems, heartburns, weight gain, you name it. So and Erik could probably attest to this, all this negative stuff kind of builds up and makes something physical in your body. So it's all-consuming, but meditation, I think, is a key to getting rid of that stuff. So that's what I've got. So, yeah, meditate, and meditation doesn't have to be yoga sitting in a mat in front of a TV. Meditation is...
Yeah, tell us about some forms of meditation that would work.
Well,
I'm more of an active meditator, washing dishes, ironing, gardening, and I zone out when I do those things.
For me, and this is going to be really silly for me to put it this way, when I meditate, I lay down on my bed, and I put some soft music on, and I stare at the ceiling, and I think about zero. I put my mind to zero. I think about the sand between my toes at the beach. And I let my eyes go double vision until I see the sparkling lights in the ceiling, and I just say, "Ooh-sa." So I don't put myself in any funny pretzel moves. Yeah, I don't put myself into any funny moves on the floor or anything uncomfortable. I just relax and say, you know what, I'm going to go to my favorite place on earth, and I'm just going to double vision for a while and just think about nothing. And so that type of meditation works for me. It may not work for someone else. But I think the trick to that is a little bit of self-exploration on what works for you and how to get your mind to come to zero and just forget about the million things going on in your mind. That's what I do prior to my healing sessions where I work on people. Say, hey, if you have a million things going on in your mind, you have to figure out how to put the brake on all that stuff and just relax and just worry about nothing but nothing. So, yeah, that's kind of my version of it. But everyone is different.
What does the energy look like in somebody who is just riddled with anxiety of any sort, social anxiety, etc.?
It can be a little gray, swirly and dark, because there's a little bit of confusion. The chakras aren't balanced. It's like muddied water. Because their mind is so wrapped up in, the babysitter didn't call back. I had to pay the bills. I have to, I forgot to do this, that, or the other thing. It's all those worries in the world that just kind of clam you up, and you just become a tight ball of, and it's like I can't think straight. And so that kind of...
Not very attractive at all. Gray and muddy. Ew. Okay, that's cool. Well, Erik, what do you have to add to what Ryan says about anxiety?
Erik's first thing is a question to you, Elisa. He says, Mom, do you know what a backseat driver is? Do you know what a backseat driver is?
Right, so, exactly. Right. And that's my husband. So he cannot be a passenger in anything.
And so it's really what the truth of it is, though. Anxiety has it's real because it's real to the person experiencing it, but there's nothing that you can really do about it, like the backseat driver. He's not going to jump up and take over the wheel. Now, there is, as he's saying, a reason for it. So the reason we experience anxiety is so that we can know the opposite of it. He's taking it at a whole deeper level. And so he's saying that the anxiety, the twist and the turn is all about, as Ryan said, fear and lack of control. And Erik is saying if we don't know what anxiety is and acknowledge it, we're not going to understand the opposite of it, and therefore we're going to struggle to get to what the opposite of it is. And fear comes from feeling helpless and feeling like we really don't have a say in things. And Erik is reminding us, as Ryan mentioned, we all have free will. And it's important to know that you don't have to go, do, say, or be anything that causes you to be that anxious that it kind of just disorients your whole body, because there's ways to sit with that and be with it. And really, the backseat driver, he's saying, and he's chuckling as he's saying it, is funny because he's showing me the passenger putting their foot on the brake, like they're going to stop the car. So,
oh my God, I did that all the time when I was teaching my kids how to drive. I swear to God, I had this rubbed out spot with the, where I used to smash my foot into the imaginary brake. Oh
and he says,
God,
Mom,
those were so scary times.
Yeah, what did it do for you? You didn't stop the car, and everything was really okay. So you really just needed to sit back and go with the flow, he's saying, letting things be. Now, it's easier said than done, but again, from Erik's perspective, seeing that, hello, everything works out the way it's supposed to, he's like kind of chill about it. He's chill about it. So Ryan gave some really practical steps to take.
That's awesome.
So
all right. Well,
that's what we got.
Do you want to add anything else before we take callers? Because we got lots of them. And I think a lot of people were intending to call, but then they called and it didn't go through because the show got kind of messed up. So, it got off to a late start. So.
My people are set straight. So I got hundreds of stuff too, like all over the place. So I think we should be good.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, I got blasted social media with it just in case. But anywho, well, if they gave up and didn't just keep checking, then they can always try next time. So let me see here. Let's take somebody from this looks like an out of town, an international person. So it's from a 447 area code. Hi there, how you doing? Okay, listen to this, guys. Every time we have the radio show, Erik puts on this little timer that is locked away in my drawer, and I don't know what's going on. I don't even think it has batteries in it. But go ahead. Hi there, how are you? Welcome to the show. Hi.
Hello.
What's up? How are you?
This is AJ from the... Fine, thank you. Well, not really,
Good.
but that's the way of... this is AJ from the UK.
Hey, AJ from the UK. I like the sound of that. AJ from the UK. AJ from the UK. What you got for our boy?
Well, now that I've got on, I've got a lot going on, I think, or I feel, and I kind of don't really know what to ask. And actually, I think I was rather lucky that I called, given the fact that the show was offline for a while and that I got through. So I've had quite a lot of things going on, so I don't really know what. Yeah, maybe.
Well, do you,
obviously.
Do you want to just ask Erik? Do you want to just ask Erik what you need to know from him, or if you want to ask a specific question? That's fine too.
Yeah, well, I've got so many questions, so I can't really ask all of them. So if there's something
ask the one that's pressing. Erik is saying ask the one that you would never think to ask.
The one that I would never think to ask.
Be bold.
Be bold. AJ from the UK, you could do it. There must be something you're nervous about asking, according to Erik.
Yeah, well, it's about general feelings about life, how I'm feeling about life in general, about how it's going, and what I'm feeling inside, and how my life is going, etc. So the anxiety is obviously a large part of it, so maybe that's why I got through.
Yeah. Well, Erik, tell him what he needs to hear, baby. Or Veronica.
Erik is saying it's a real nail biter, and he's kind of like, what's it going to be? What's it going to be? And so, AJ, here's the thing. If Erik is saying, if you can't formulate your question for us, how do you know what you're asking for your life?
Well, there were some things that were happening in my life recently, which are sort of like upset me a little bit, and I'm obviously a little bit worried about that. But I don't know how that's going to go. But that's actually quite recent. The other questions that I would have had was to do with life purpose, life mission. But I don't know if I can ask that right now in light of what's happening at the moment.
So again, the question is thrown back to you. Erik is saying, understanding what questions you would ask is the first step to take. So what he's suggesting to you is take your time, hang up the phone when we're done, or listen to the show if you want, breathe in, and then come back next week and ask a really succinct question, because here's the thing. There's a disconnect that's happening. If your heart wants to know something, but your throat chakra isn't able to bring it out.
Yeah. Right. Well, so, could I just ask a simple question like like life purpose and life mission then?
A simple question. Erik chuckled.
Yeah.
It is a simple question. It is a simple question because your life purpose is you're here to be you, and you're here to use all your gifts, and you're here to define what you're naturally gifted at. So simple, yes, but kind of not.
That's what I'm having difficulty determining at the moment, you see.
Mm-hmm.
Well, give him one piece of advice that he needs to hear right now, Erik, before we go on to another caller.
Yeah, I don't obviously,
what you need to be mindful of, Erik says, is that everything you have is within you. And he says that the best thing you can do is make a list of all of the things that makes your heart warm, that warms your heart. Is it a little puppy, he's saying? Is it a certain job? Is it a certain amount of money? He wants you to list out, because right now your energy, when we look at it, it's like a ball of yarn. It's all over the place. So he's saying list out, literally, and ask your higher self to help you list out what it is that warms your heart. Because until you can get that written out and get it down on paper, you're going to struggle with how to even ask the question. So,
Ryan, can you read his energy? Ryan, can you read his energy? What does it look like to you?
Hey, AJ, this is Ryan. My second and third chakras are burning up from heartburn, which and my fourth chakra is too. So I heard the word love life by my spirit team, and associated with that was heartburn and a little bit of indigestion. So I don't have a crystal ball in front of me, but there's something that's there's a love connection that's creating heartburn for you, that's kind of holding you back and giving you butterflies in your stomach. I don't know if that makes sense, but I can feel hesitation and apprehension in your energy field, and you have to give love a chance. Don't be afraid to reach out. You are a lovely man, and you have to just relax yourself a little bit and let it flow out. Does that make sense?
It's something for me to think about, I suppose, But, okay, but I mean, the love interest wasn't the thing I was thinking about right at the moment, but it's something that's on my mind at other times, I suppose. But, okay.
Is it money? Job, career?
I always say at the moment it's more to do with my current living situation.
Okay.
If I was to choose anything at the moment, there's the current living situation, problems in that department.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how
that's all I
going
got.
to resolve itself, because that's a huge thing at the moment. How that's going to resolve itself with a living situation that I'm having big problems with.
Don't be afraid to speak your truth, AJ, because my fourth chakras get a little. Not my fourth. I misspoke. My fifth chakras get a little choked up, so don't be afraid to speak your truth, okay?
Oh, I am, but people aren't listening,
Well, you need a 2x4. Whack them upside the head with that 2x4.
There you go.
Or maybe you just need to I don't feel like people are acknowledging you when you talk to them. So maybe you just need to reword it until they do. Or you maybe even say, look, I don't feel like I'm being heard here. Let me rephrase it. Things like that. So I hope that helped, and maybe you would benefit by, a full session with Veronica or something like that, because I think you've got a lot going on that needs to be addressed. Anyway,
can I jump in, Erik? Erik is chomping at the bit. One last thing. Erik is saying, I'm going to close with what I opened with. Erik is saying you have to get clear about the questions you're communicating about the situation to yourself and how they're being perceived. So I hope that's helpful.
Yeah.
I hope so too. AJ from the UK. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to just chant that all evening. I just know it. Hey, call back, okay?
I might have to. Okay. Thanks a lot for your time.
Bye.
Okay, sweetie. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, I feel like he's got a very busy life going on, man.
That was
all right,
tough.
let's take somebody from the 252 area code. Hey there, how are you doing? Welcome to the show.
Hello?
Are you there?
Hello?
Hi. You're on the show. How you doing?
I am?
Hola.
Did we just wake you up? Seriously? I think we just woke you up. We just woke her up. I just know it. I'm just kidding.
No. It's Alexis. Can you
Hi,
say
Alexis.
that you're talking to Alexis? Okay, there
Yeah,
you go.
Alexis.
All right. I never.
There we go.
Facebook?
Well, hello,
Facebook?
ladies.
Alexis?
Hello, Ryan, and hello, my little dude, Erik. I feel that I am the poster child for anxiety.
Wow, this is
I'll be
perfect
66.
timing.
Yeah, I know, isn't it? Well, it's not amazing.
Wow.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll be 66 years old next month, and this has just been, this has just been a lifetime of anxiety. And I guess with the body aging as it does, I'm seeing different doctors, somebody for the migraines, had the endoscope and the colonoscopy, and everything inside is just all torn up. Can't take the medications because I have terrible reactions. So I don't know. It must have started a long time ago, so I cannot pinpoint it. But I don't know where to go to, how to proceed.
So what, Erik? What's the first step she needs to make, or the first couple of steps?
So this is unconventional, but he's saying that there's some sort of, and I'm not getting it, all I'm hearing is plant root for anxiety, he's saying. And it's
well, what kind?
Some sort
valerian root?
It's yes. Is that a flowering plant?
I don't know. I bet Ryan knows.
Yeah.
Ryan, do you know what the valerian root is?
Valerian.
For some reason, I channeled that, maybe.
Yeah, some people use it to help them sleep
it's
at
valerian
night.
root.
Valium or valerium?
Valerian.
Valerian.
I was getting valerian. Yeah.
I have never heard of valerium.
It's VALERIAN.
Yeah, it's in a lot of over-the-counter, sleep aids.
Oh, no, I have no idea what that is.
It's a root, and it has relaxation properties to it.
Okay. Huh.
Okay, well, that will help her anxiety, but what about the root, the cause of her anxiety? What steps does she need to at least start with to put her life in order?
Is that for us or for Ryan?
Is this for me?
Oh, that's for anybody who can. Well, I think Erik. Let's ask Erik.
Okay.
I'll just let Veronica.
Throw it up in the air and see who catches it. Yeah.
Yes. Erik is saying the first thing that you want to understand is that the path you're on is inclusive of this. And so the more that you fight and resist and don't want it, the bigger it's going to get. So I hear what we hear what you're saying, that, it's been 66 years of this journey. And so embrace the path you're on. And the second biggest thing that he is saying is get yourself hooked up with a truly spiritual mentor or counseling session. Do something that's going to go inside. I keep seeing a picture of like the 4 directions of life, like the medicine wheel. I think that's what he's showing me. Like there are 4 main components to what needs to be worked through with you: emotional, physical, spiritual. There's a lot of past stuff happening with you. He's showing me the past in this life. Would you agree?
It's been a rough one. Yeah. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I should write a book. It's been.
Yeah, and I can see. He's showing me hands up, like you've got your wrists crossed in front of your face, like you're hiding, you're ducking.
Yeah, I don't go out much because I'm very isolated. The anxiety, I don't like to drive, and then with the problem with the bowels, you get in the car, I know where every bathroom is in this rinky-dink little town. I mean, it's a catch-22.
Mm-hmm. Why do you have bowel trouble? Do you have inflammatory bowel disease or
IBS?
Bowel syndrome? IBS.
Yes.
Why don't you look up
IBS.
Google low dose naltrexone?
I have, and I've done it.
Because they've done studies with that.
I have a physician here. After you and I have corresponded on the LDN thing, my physician here, he's younger than all of my children, of course. And he just won't do it. And I live in a town.
Of course, because he doesn't know anything about it.
Well, I took him all the information.
If a doctor does not know about it, then They won't research it. If the patient thinks of something before they do, it's an ego thing. It's silly. And the pharmaceutical reps are not going to educate doctors because they can't make money off of it. So it's called the why not drug for a reason. It does not hurt to try it. So if I were you, I would just go online and do the find an LDN doctor, but do the research and present it to your doctor on IBS with LDN. It can help all sorts of things, including mental problems, because it triples your endorphin, your endogenous endorphin levels. So anyway, but consider that. Any last thing you want to tell Alexis, Erik?
Erik says smoke a joint. Smoke a joint. That's what he said. I'm just saying.
I'll consider it. I'll
Sure.
consider it. Well, dude, that's how I know he's always around.
Check out Jamin Olivencia. He's a great spiritual life coach. And before we go, Ryan, do you have anything to say about reading her energy?
Yeah, hi, Alexis. This is Ryan here.
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing great. I feel energies, and right now my energy feels bloated as yours is. Especially my second and third chakra is like a sponge, and that's due to your anxiety is due to a lack of boundaries. Okay, lack of boundaries is like a feeling of a loss of control over stuff that you don't have any control over. And you're an empath, okay? So
I believe that.
Yeah, I've been told.
What will help you, Alexis, is take yourself 1 or 2 salt baths a week, okay? Grab some Epsom salt at your local Kmart, or not Kmart, I don't even know if they're in business anymore. Your local Walmart or your Walgreens, get some Epsom salt, and get yourself a black hematite stone that will help keep you grounded and protected. But your anxiety comes from the fact that you take more stuff in than you should be. So when someone gives you the business, someone gets angry at you, you just take it all in, and you're like a sponge. So you have to wring yourself out like a sponge over a sink. Okay? Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It can be debilitating at times. But I did take my first Epsom salt bath this week, and slept really well for a change.
Yeah, and that magnesium can really help.
Yeah.
Do you ever notice when you take an Epsom salt bath, before you get in the bathtub, when you pour the salt in, the bath looks all nice and clean and clear, and then when you're ready to get out, it looks all gray and dirty?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all that negative energy that's getting ripped off your body and goes down the drain to Mother Earth or Gaia.
Well, that's because Alexis probably just plowed the back 40. That's what it is. But anyway, you try that and consider Jamin Olivencia, but also consider it's okay, and I've learned this also from having such a difficult past, it's okay to stand up for yourself and to say, to be emotionally honest with people and set boundaries. And, it's not, you don't have to say screw you, but it's kind of like that attitude. Hey, you're hurting my feelings, or hey, I've got too much on my plate. I'm going to say no to this. You can approach me at another time when my plate is not that full. It's okay to say that. If they flip you off or leave you forever, then that's not a friend or family member you wanted in your life anyway. So be strong.
I know, but it hurts when it comes from, I lost my sister and I lost my daughter within a 2-week period of time this year. So
oh God,
I know, and
that
so
makes it difficult.
It does make it difficult, and people that haven't been through it do not understand. So therefore, family members, I'm kind of ostracized. You don't want to talk to that person because it might happen to me. I might catch it.
I know. I know, and it's really hard. You're right. It's hard to when you're broken like that, like I have been, and still to obviously a certain extent. And it is a little harder to assert boundaries and to be emotionally honest with others and with yourself, for that matter.
True.
So, Alexis,
okay, well,
Ryan has something. What is it?
Just
I
a
heard him start.
Just a 10-second comment here. Sorry to cut Lisa off here. Just a 10-second, a quick mantra for yourself. Repeat this every day for yourself. What Eleanor Roosevelt used to say. What someone thinks of me is none of my business.
I love that.
So that's your boundary, okay?
Okay. I can do that.
I love that. Oh, that's awesome. All right, Alexis, I'm going to be praying for you, sweetie. Okay.
All right. Thank you, dear. Anytime you need any more transcribing, just let me know.
Oh, you're so sweet. I love you. But it's going to take a long time to where we can circle back to the list so you have a reprieve. Anyway, thank you so much.
All right. You all take care. Love you all.
Bye.
Bye, Erik.
You too.
Kiss.
Alexis is really sweet. She's really nice. Okay, we're going to take somebody from the 910 area code. Hi there. How are you doing?
Hello. This is Billy
Hi.
from North Carolina. Before I ask my question, I want to give a shout out to everybody that me and my partner Miles loves each and every one of y'all.
Oh, Miles. Is he on too?
Miles, you know the one fight.
Oh, I love Miles.
Eric's blessing.
I want to ask a question. I want to find out who my primary spirit guide was.
Was or is?
Is.
Or is. I'm sorry, is.
Okay, because
oh, my God, he dumped you already, huh?
different.
Your spirit guide dumped you already, huh? You're that difficult.
So Erik is saying right now there's about 4 or 5 angel presences around you. Angels are different than spirit guides. Your spirit guide is with you, and your spirit guide is, I'm going to describe him to you as Erik describes him to me. He's short in stature. He's best described as stocky, curly hair. He's wearing suspenders, and he's got cut-off pants on, like at the calf, and his name is Cecil. So, Erik, just tell me, what is the purpose of this guide in his life? This guide is there to help you with discernment, how to see what's right, what's wrong, how to know the truth. Are you questioning something or someone in your life right now? Is there a situation that you're dealing with where you're not sure which way to go, what's up, what's true or what's not?
I just have feel like I've been stuck, like I'm like on a spiritual journey, but I feel like I'm stuck, like I'm not, like something's blocking me and I can't move forward.
So ask Cecil, because that's the guide that's with you, and that's the guide of discernment, judgment, all of those things he can help you with, because you're being extra hard on yourself. It's like you're how when you hit the horse when you want it to speed up, or you command, it's like you're beating yourself and you're saying speed up, when in reality Erik is showing me you're exactly where you're supposed to be. Now this guide Cecil that's in your house right now physically with you, there's a big front window that Erik is showing me. Do you have a big front window, like it's called like a bay window or a picture window? Erik is showing me a big window. And off to the right side of that window, there's a corner there where it's kind of close to the window. It's a portal of sorts where that energy hangs out.
Wow.
No, I live like in a mobile home where they have single windows.
But you got a window towards the front.
Yeah, I got a window at the front.
Mhm. That's the window. So he's saying it's off to the right of the window.
As you're from the inside to the right?
Yep.
Or from the outside?
Yep, from the inside. So in other words, if you're standing looking at the window in the front, and we're calling it a picture window, it's a bigger window, you're going to be looking at the right-hand side of the window. And when you look at it, when you look at it, that's where the containment of energy is for this spirit guide. So in other words, if you could physically see him, he would just be hanging out there. Now, not literally if you're going to say there's a wall there, but just the energy is there. It's towards the right of the window. Can you see?
Yeah,
can you see that space? Yep.
Because I do have a wall to the right of that window.
Mm-hmm. And it's kind of right there now. The bigger thing, and I know this is taking a lot, but Erik wants you to know, the bigger thing is your house is on sacred ground. So whatever was there before your home was, it was some sort of sacred, there's a lot of energy there, a lot of energy.
Mm.
It's nothing that's going to harm you.
No. No, not at all. Are you in like North Carolina, South Carolina?
North Carolina.
Okay. So are you, and you're not near the coast, are you? You're towards the middle of the state?
Yeah, towards the middle.
Mhm. Yep. Okay. So that's what we have for you. Did that help you? Did I answer your question? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I went all over.
Yeah,
Erik.
that helped a lot.
Erik.
Awesome.
Okay, so when he talks, I try to listen, and I get confused. So sorry. I hope it was helpful.
Okay.
Yeah, it just comes right out of you, doesn't it? It bypasses the brain. Goes right out to your
I
mouth.
don't even know if I'm listening. Yeah, I don't even know what.
All right, well,
Okay,
hope that
cool.
helped, sweetie. Say hi to
Hey,
Miles.
thank you. All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. I love Miles. He's awesome. Okay, let me see here. We have somebody from the, let me see who's next. From the 310 area code. Hi there, how are you doing? Hi,
Lisa,
what's up?
Is it me?
Hi, yes, it's you.
Awesome, thank you. Oh my God.
Sure, I'm so glad you got through. Say what's going on.
Hi, pretty good. This is such a life-changing to know Erik and you, and it's amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, I'm amazed to know you.
Thank you guys so much. I have a question. I know that I saw the blog and Erik talked about the life being just happy, but also at the same time, I know he also said the science is the way to help human beings to get to spirituality because people believe in science. So my question is, so what should be one person's life purpose or life mission? So is it just being happy, like Erik said, just have a good life, or to push technology forward, to push the human society forward? When I just want to feel happy, I kind of just want to relax, but when I have a mission to help the people to improve their lives, then I want to work harder. So it's kind of two different mentalities. I can't wrap my head around these two concepts. Can Erik help me out?
I think you could have two things. Like Erik says that our mission is to be ourselves and to just to experience. But I think you can have more personalized spiritual missions, and let's see what Erik has to say for you.
Okay. So here's what's coming. Here's what's coming from Erik. Take the science, he says, and he's using air quotes around the science of nature. And if you go back into nature, to Mother Earth, and you look at the rhythm and the science behind the earth rotating and the science behind the tide coming in, everything is science. And so the ultimate goal here is, instead of getting more, he's saying getting more Facebooks and more smartphones, and go back to the science, the natural science of Mother Earth, and look for your answers. Now, technology is always going to move forward because we have to move forward. The divine gives us the energy, the wherewithal, the education to move forward. But for us in this movement that we're healing and we're teaching the principles of spirituality, we need to go back to the earth and get educated on that science, on those principles. Does that make sense?
Like to study the nature?
Yes. You summarized it. So look. So here he's saying, what's one animal that you're drawn to?
Dogs. I love dogs.
Okay. So he's saying, look at the nature of the dog. Look at the dog in nature. Look at the balancing of the dog in nature. Look at the principles that the dog represents. Okay, and that's going to. Are you doing healing work with individuals?
I want to. That's what I really want to do. I want to create a quantum physics and happiness sort of like meetup for people, just to teach people how to relax and accept. Yeah, to understand it from a quantum physics perspective. Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about this for a long time. Yeah. Don't
get too caught up in the technical science though, because that goes over a lot of people's heads. Now, he's not saying don't learn it. Don't hear me say don't learn it. Keep everything simple and keep it approachable and applicable, he's saying. Because there's a lot of stuff out there that's over people's heads, and he's not implying that we're stupid by any means.
Right.
He's saying go back to basics is what he's saying.
For example, instead of saying, gosh, I wonder why I can't see spirits, instead of saying, well, because they vibrate at a frequency on the electromagnetic spectrum that's higher than the visible range, you could say, like, well, think about a hummingbird wing, the wings in flight. They beat so fast, the vibrations so fast, you can't see them, but yet when they're on a branch, you can see them clearly. Things like that, probably, right? Is that what you're saying, Erik?
Yes. And the naturalness, the environment, the survival techniques, and just look at nature, and look how because everything that is nature is in us. And Erik is absolutely 1,000,000% saying we are the same as the sun coming up and the tide going in and out.
Right. Yeah. I see. Great. Thank you so much. Elisa.
Sure, Aubrey. Thank you for everything.
Thank you. Thank you, Verna. Thank you. Yep. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, sweetheart.
Bye.
Bye. Okay. Here we have somebody from the 111. Lots of ones. Hi there. How are you doing? Are you there?
Hello.
Hi there. How are you doing?
I'm well.
What number? Is this a Skype number? Because it's like 111. I can go on.
I was calling. I had a lot of technical difficulties trying to get through, and I wasn't quite sure how to raise my hand, so it might be appearing a little bit odd.
Oh, we all have had that problem today. It's just been awful. I mean, we had a hard time getting the show off the road.
Little glitches,
Yeah.
Energetic. I think something energetically is going on. It's just been like that. We've been in a whirlwind lately with this stuff.
It's the beaver moon. It's the residual effect of the beaver moon.
Yeah.
There we go. Justin Bieber?
I'm calling from
kidding.
Justin Bieber.
I love you.
Well, thank you so much. I'm very new to your story, Elisa, and to Erik's story, and I really appreciate having the opportunity to connect with everyone tonight. My energy might be a little frazzled because I have a dear friend who's been struggling with anxiety for many, many years, and he's come to a point where I think he's, contemplating, ending it for himself, crossing over. And I've struggled with this before. He's had attempts, and I am right now very ambivalent because on an emotional level, it's, I feel for him, I love him, I want to help him, and selfishly, I don't want him to leave this earthly plane, but the other side of me feels that he's suffering so much internally, and he has a lot of, self-loathing, and he tortures himself on a daily basis, and it pains me to see anyone exist this way. So, and it's been daily for many years. It's cumulative.
What, does he get treatment? Does he have a does he have a mental health care provider?
At the moment, no, but he's been in and out of treatment. He's been on and off meds, and he's kind of convinced himself that there's no other answer for him. And it's upsetting, but again, I'm a spiritual person, and I do believe that we do have soul contracts, and there's a reason why we're here, and when it's our time to kind of check out, that's our time.
Right.
I've been fascinated by your story, and the timing has just been so serendipitous. I only discovered you a week ago, and everything's kind of sort of coming to a head, and I thought, let me just try to call in. So I'm just thrilled that you chose me, so to speak. And I would love your insights. And I know I would love your insight, and of course, if Erik can shine some light on this from his side and your guests, I'd be so appreciative.
All right. Well, let's chime in, Erik or Ryan. Ryan, maybe can you read somebody's energy if they're not on the phone? If you just know their first name and they're connected to the caller? Are you there, Ryan?
Oh, wow.
Uh-oh.
I'm here with you.
Oh, maybe okay, let me see. Hey, Ryan, is that you?
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, I think I accidentally muted you or something, but the caller, can you read the person she's talking about? Can you actually read his energy?
What's his first name?
Do I have to? He's actually here, so I don't know if I want to actually. Is it imperative that I give the name?
Okay, first initial, last initial.
B as in boy. Can you hear me? B as in boy.
Yeah, B as in boy, and
then G as in
giraffe.
Okay.
I'm. And this isn't news to you guys. I'm picking up this as a contract that he signed up for. He's a rather advanced soul, and this is something that he chose to go through. It's not something that any healer. It's not something that any healer can heal, and that he chose to go through to increase his soul's vibrational frequency for ascension. So, I don't think he's going to take any drastic actions, but the contract is also tied to you from an anxiety standpoint. So you guys both signed up to this before you incarnated, for you to learn from him and for him to learn from you.
Wow.
And that's a big horse pill to swallow. That's something big to swallow. But this I can tell you. Someday in 100 years from now, when you're both transitioned over to the fifth dimension or higher, you're both going to be hugging each other in laughter and tears, saying, "Wow, I can't believe we went through this together. Holy cow!" You're both going to be better people because of this. But it's not something where it's not a negative energy thing. It's just, you're right. It's just a contract, and much similar to our wonderful boy Erik. This is well, I shouldn't say similar to that, but it's just something that you both shook hands on before you came here, and you're both learning. You're learning as he's.
Experiencing.
As taxing as it is on you and on your energy field, because your energy field's kind of out there bloated too. His is like, oh my God, but I need that lifesaver out there in the water because I'm going to drown. So you're kind of the rope and the lifesaver for him, and you guys are kind of both helping each other out. But at the end of the day, you're going to like I said, your vibrational frequencies are just going to be that much higher. So kudos to you for dealing with this anxiety.
Yeah, it's a lot.
And, you're a tough woman, and you've been through so much. And I'm gonna start talking. I'm gonna have to start talking. I'm gonna start crying here. You have to just have to understand that this is something that he chose to go through, and he kind of roped you in on the contract. I don't mean to laugh.
Surprise! Well, Erik, what do you think this guy should do? I mean, well, I don't know if I want to ask that, actually. But, what can you tell this gentleman or the caller?
So the first thing, that Erik is saying, it's the ride. You're on the ride. The life is the ride, and the time to stop, to pull the string of sorts to get off the bus, to ring the bell.
Blog Talk Radio.
Hello from the other side.
Now presenting
From the other side.
Channeling Erik's Hour of Enlightenment.
Channel Veronica Drake, who is my son's voice for the radio show, and energy healer Ryan Adragna, and of course, as always, the wonderful spirit guide, my lovely son, who gave me the strong smell of cigarette smoke Saturday morning and made me so happy. Hi, everybody. How are you doing?
Hi.
Hi, I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. It was like a nail biter there because the show wasn't on. I'm sure you guys noticed. Something happened. I don't know what. I got all sorts of texts and Facebook private messages from so many people, and I'm like panicking. I'm like, God, texting the producer, Facebook messaging him, etc. So anyway, he finally got
Ryan,
it. I do not know what happened.
Ryan, disregard.
But guess what?
Ryan,
guess
you
what
can
this show's
disregard
about?
my
It's
message.
about anxiety. That's perfect.
Maybe the producer needs to go in the naughty chair for a little bit. Who knows?
I don't know. Or maybe it's Erik messing with us because it's all about anxiety. So yeah, let's start out with that. Thank you, Live Paranormal, for finally making it happen. But yeah, let's see if you, Ryan, have anything to say. And Erik, of course, you can chime in too about anxiety from the perspective of an energy healer or whatever you would like to do before we take callers.
Yeah, and I'm not going to trump your wonderful, beautiful son here, but I did take some notes on anxiety. And I don't think that anybody is immune to anxiety because it's usually an emotional issue of feelings of a loss of control or something. And being a healer, it's what I call a negative energy, and it doesn't serve you. It makes you feel worse, you know.
Yeah.
And I should note that everyone has free will, be it if you're a spirit in the flesh or a spirit. Anxiety is born from the fact that we want to control everything, but we can't. We can't control everything. Everything is energy, from thought forms to physical reality, and us humans are experts in manifesting thoughts into reality. For example, if I just may speak for another 20 seconds here, when we open up our fridge and we see that it's empty, we think, well, I have to go grocery shopping, then I have to make a list and head out the door. We just don't generally sit around the house all day and think about grocery shopping. We just do it. So the thought form of the fridge is empty to bringing home grocery shopping is an example of thoughts becoming a physical reality. But in terms of anxiety, when you have that all-consuming thought that you can't control something, like a loss of some sort, loss of a job, loss of a spouse, loss of whatever, you become to feel anxious at that emotional level. And so as I said earlier in the grocery shopping example, all thoughts are energy, and they manifest into reality, and anxiety is no different. So if you're full of anxiety, and I want the callers to know this, if you're full of anxiety 24/7 around that clock, all that negative energy will build up and manifest into your body over time. And the next thing you know, you've got issues like migraines, digestive problems, heartburns, weight gain, you name it. So and Erik could probably attest to this. All this negative stuff kind of builds up and makes something physical in your body. So it's all-consuming, but meditation, I think, is a key to getting rid of that stuff. So that's what I've got. So yeah, meditate, and meditation doesn't have to be yoga sitting in a mat in front of a TV. Meditation is
tell us about some forms of meditation that would work.
Well,
I'm more of an active meditator, washing dishes, ironing, gardening. Now I zone out when I do those things.
You know, for me, and this is going to be really silly for me to put it this way, when I meditate, I lay down on my bed, and I put some soft music on, and I stare at the ceiling, and I think about zero. I put my mind to zero. I think about the sand between my toes at the beach. And I let my eyes go double vision until I see the sparkling lights in the ceiling, and I just say, "Ooh, So I don't put myself in any funny pretzel moves. Yeah, I don't put myself into any funny moves on the floor or anything uncomfortable. I just relax and say, you know what, I'm going to go to my favorite place on earth, and I'm just going to double vision for a while and just think about nothing. And so that type of meditation works for me. It may not work for someone else. But I think the trick to that is a little bit of self-exploration on what works for you and how to get your mind to come to zero and just forget about the million things going on in your mind. That's what I do prior to my healing sessions when I work on people. Say, hey, if you have a million things going on in your mind, you have to figure out how to put the brake on all that stuff and just relax and just worry about nothing but nothing. So, yeah, So yeah, that's kind of my version of it. But everyone is different.
What does the energy look like in somebody who is just riddled with anxiety of any sort, social anxiety, etc.?
It can be a little gray, swirly and dark, because there's a little bit of confusion. The chakras aren't balanced. It's like muddied water, because their mind is so wrapped up in the babysitter didn't call back. I had to pay the bills. I have to, I forgot to do this, that, or the other thing. It's all those worries in the world that just kind of clam you up, and you just become a tight ball of, and it's like I can't think straight. And so that kind of
not very attractive at all. Gray and muddy. Ew. Okay, that's cool. Well, Erik, what do you have to add to what Ryan says about anxiety?
Erik's first thing is a question to you, Elisa. He says, Mom, do you know what a backseat driver is? Do you know what a backseat driver is?
Right, so, exactly. Right. And that's my husband. So he cannot be a passenger in anything.
And so it's really what the truth of it is, though. Anxiety has it's real because it's real to the person experiencing it, but there's nothing that you can really do about it, like the backseat driver. He's not going to jump up and take over the wheel. Now, there is, as he's saying, a reason for it. So the reason we experience anxiety is so that we can know the opposite of it.